Okay, so we are going to sort out the wiring for this shiny speedo. I've done a little bit already. Look here, I've added an extra plug, and what I've done is I've taken out the battery memory, the ground, and the battery switch. So these are the power basically from the 9-pin plug here. Now I've removed it from there because obviously I'm making it up to my own loom, and I've got a bunch of these 6-pin ones here, and I'm only going to be using the oil pressure light, fuel gauge, hopefully, water temperature and neutral light. So I only need basically those 4 plus the rev counter, which is 5, and the power. Alright, so 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to be using like 8, but they're not all from the same plug. So in here I'm going to put the power, the neutral light, the water temperature, and more than likely the fuel gauge in here. And yeah, so neutral, water, neutral light, water light, fuel gauge, and then in a separate plug I will have the rev counter, and I will have maybe some other warning lights, but that's what I'm going to be using for the moment. Obviously all the Chinglish instructions online vary to various degrees. I found out all the ones I looked online so far that these 3 matched up pretty well, but none of these ones have matched up. So what we're going to do is we're going to find them out and take them out of here. Okay, so to remove the pins, I've got these various things here. Battery, a little bit of wire, shove in there. So put that in there, plug that in there, and this should now be on. There we've got your various plugs. Got a wire here. Take that down. Various plugs. Wire here. And I'll get my little guide up that I have found online. It's back to front basically, so on my instructions these ones are shown over this side, but it says middle is green and white, water temperature, blue and white, fuel, blue and yellow, RPM. We've got blue and white, which is correct. We've got green and yellow, and we've got green with blue, so they're not quite the right colours. Blue and white won't do anything because obviously it works on a resistance rather than grounding it, so that's fine. On the other plug here, it's got the gear indicator, so neutral, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and 6th gear is one of these pins here. So it says here green and red is neutral, it should be this one here. So let's test it. As you can see, neutral's lighting up, so green and red is correct. So what we're going to do, get one of these. That's in there. And this one. So all of these is a trial and error, because they don't have any sort of instructions on which one is the best one to use. Try that one. Pushing it in slightly. There we go, that's one way of getting out. Pull it. You need to put a different connector on that one anyway. So, wire strippers, loom, repair kit. One of these. Back around. Also get a pen and paper, and we'll make a note. So this is the green with the red stripe, green with red equals neutral. That way when we wire up to the new loom, we don't get confused as to what we've done. There we go. Tucked and neat as possible. Got crimping tools now. And that. Chew there. So that's nice and snug. Now slide into the plug and then just push it in to lock it in place. Just need to do this, it's become pretty flat. So the little tab is now up. Push that in. There we go, that's nice and tight in there. So now if we test it in there, boom, neutral light's on. Now, water temperature is, it says green and white, should be the middle, completely middle pin. That should be that one there. So if I touch that there, it should flash up water. And you can see it's flashing up the water. So we'll take that one out. middle one. Green and yellow. That's a good size. There we go. That's out, green and yellow. Go over to our loom. Let's untangle some wires. There we go, green and yellow. Remember to pull this back up because we've pushed it down to remove it. Push that in there. Push it in there so it clicks. Test it. There we go. And the last one for this plug is going to be the fuel, but let's make a note of this. Green with yellow stripe equals water. But the last one on here shows blue and white to be the fuel, and which is going to be the bottom one of there, which is blue and white one here. But it's done wrong resistance, so it won't do anything just by grounding it out. So I can't prove it is or isn't at the moment. But so far the lines up have been almost correct in terms of where they are, just not the colours. So your mileage may vary. Okay, so there's the blue and white, which should be fuel. If you just show there, if I just ground it, doesn't do anything to the fuel gauge. It's still for now. Maybe if I try using my myself for some resistance, if it would do anything. Let's try it. Nope, still not got enough resistance on there through me. So we'll try that on the bike. So that's been pulled out. So last one. My loom there, clicked in, blue and white, so blue, white stripe equals fuel. So unplug this now. So there's my plug there that I've made. So this is the speed sensor, this is engine management light and 6th gear, and these are your first through to 5th gear. But again, my bike's not going to be, well, it doesn't have a gear indicator on there, so that doesn't matter. And these are the left and right indicator and high beam notification. So high beam, so that should be high beam, left, right. What should that one be? Okay, in theory one of these should be the RPM sensor, which should be the top one. in there which says blue and yellow. This one is blue, light blue. Well, no, top one is, it says blue and yellow. I've got green and blue, so this will go somewhere else on the bike. So we'll take this one out. There we go, green with blue. According to that, that's RPM. Green with blue stripe equals RPM. So I just need these 3 wires here, and all of this can go. Because it's been a track bike, I don't need indicators, I don't need the lights. I just need oil, water, fuel, neutral, RPM and speed.